tool and die trade,
Tool and die trade.
learning. But
And what part of the plant was that in? That's the old plant.
right in the one off Toolard Road now. That is.
Oh yeah. So it was plant 2?
Plant 1. No, it was plant 2.
Plant 2.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plant 1 was up on the river.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So anyways, then you were working at Ford Motor Company, and then you had to report for service, and so you went to London.
Yes.
And what happened in London?
Well, most of the time it was taking medical.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had thorough medical. I'd never had a medical in my life up until that time, and boy, they went through everything. So it was all recorded, and of course, a lot of the people that were with the group I was with, there was a lot of farmers. They had deferments to farm.
Yes.
So since everybody had to go through military training, they were called up too at the same time and had to report.
So was there a lot of people reporting there? There must have been quite a few, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's a beehive of the place out.
Yeah.
Of course, they had a lot of regular people in the service there too.
So after you reported and you had your medical, did they say anything to you as far as...
I never did find out whether I passed or what. One day I was just called into the commander's office and told, they told me, report back to Ford right away.
Oh, okay.
That was it. I went back home and continued on at Ford's. I never did find out what happened to all the guys that were there that I was with.
Yeah.
They had to have somewhere to put them, but they were all at the end of the plant. That was the end where the end of the line was. So they just drive out of the building and they just parked them back there.
You know, it must have been something building these vehicles and knowing that these vehicles were going over for the war effort. You know, to win that war. And
I get a kick out of them now if I see a newsreel or a story on TV, and I always try to catch to see if there's any Universal characters in the movie or the picture, but there are.
How fast could those go, approximately, do you know?
About 50.
About 50 miles per hour, right?
But they wouldn't recommend it. They
No,
just
no.
maybe 40 as a normal speed. When I left the trade school in 43, I went to automotive engineering. I had to get an increase. It's $1 an hour.
Okay. $1 an hour, which was good money, I guess,
Oh, yeah.
per hour back in those days.
Yep.
Yeah. And what was it like as far, was there nurses for anybody who needed medical care?
In the plant?
In the plant itself?
Oh yeah, there was a hospital in the plant. And yeah, there was...
Did you ever see Wallace Campbell?
You know, he'd come around, walk around every once in a while. You'd see him walking through the plant.
So,
especially when they were trying to unionize at the end of the war, or during, I forget when they tried to unionize.
Yeah.
It was during the war.
Yeah, during the war.
And he'd come in, make his speech, stand on a box to tell everybody how better off they'd be with staying with the company ideas instead of union ideas. And then the union guy would get up and do the same thing, only for the union. We'd be better off with the union. So. In the lab?
Yeah.
Testing experimental engines on the dynamometers. Very noisy.
Yeah. Yeah. Were the engines that were being made for the military vehicles, I guess they were no different really than for the cars, the passenger cars that they had been making, eh?
Well, they were truck engines.
Truck engines, okay.
Yeah, which they'd have heavy-duty bearings in them, where the passenger had lighter bearings. And we did a lot of testing and a lot of rebuilding engines.
And
experimental engines.